I really do not know where to start, but I'm going to do my best. And again, I always try to keep these videos as short as possible, but I fail every single time. But there's so much going on. Recording this Saturday, late morning, and this is the nicest day we're going to have for quite a while to get outside and do anything, because after today, the Arctic hammer moves into Arkansas. In fact, it'll move into Arkansas late this afternoon and into this evening. All right, there's the chance. According to the GFS computer model, and I've been following that because it's been handling the cold air without flip-flopping and doing a better job with it, there's the potential for at least 130 continuous hours below freezing. And I said at least. It could be more than that. It may get close to freezing later next week, 31, 32, 33, somewhere in there. But there's the potential. And now we have winter storm watches in effect. We have wind chill advisories in effect. I expect warnings to be issued. And it all starts late tonight with the cold, the wind, and then the snow. All right, let's go through all the advisories. Then I'm going to show you computer model data. I'm going to show you snowfall accumulations. I've got it all. And wind chills as well. So this is the winter storm watch in effect for every single county except 4 in Arkansas. And I'm sure those counties will be put under some sort of advisory or something. I anticipate an upgrade to a winter storm warning for many, if not all, of those counties. Impacts. All right. Now, I'll read what's on the right side of the screen so you can see that. But in that red shaded area, it says major impacts. Expect considerable disruptions to daily life, dangerous or impossible driving conditions. Avoid travel if possible. Widespread closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur. So that's wording from the National Weather Service. That's their wording with that. And they're talking about hopefully the power grid can withhold the heating demand. I'm sure that's part of it. And of course, roads are going to be hazardous as well. Most of the state, moderate impacts. What does that mean? Expect disruptions to daily life, hazardous driving conditions. Use extra caution while driving. Closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur, and minor impacts in that yellow shaded area, but it will still be significant, especially for Arkansas. Wind chill advisories, as we thought, would be issued for most of the state. This does include the central Arkansas area and the metro. I expect warnings to be issued. Wind chills 0 to 15 degrees below zero. Now the model data. And I meant to start this right here, and I will. So this is the GFS. This is the run last night. And I've got precipitation type. Now, I've seen computer models which indicate the snow will start in the metro between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Sunday. That's a very preliminary estimate, but this shows by noon Sunday, light snow north and west. I think the initial round of snow will be northern Arkansas, and then another little surge of snow, I think Sunday night and Monday for other areas of the state. So this is tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m., maybe as far south as Little Rock, but see that? There's your snow for northern Arkansas. Tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon with blowing snow too. That kind of settles down by about 6 p.m., 7 p.m., still some light snow further towards the south. But then we have to start watching, see that light snow continuing at 9 p.m., for another little surge coming up. Could get a little bit of a break. That's 3 a.m. Monday. Watch this. And then another surge Monday morning. 6 a.m. Monday. We're starting to see the next surge affect western, central, and southern Arkansas. How many times do I hear, oh, it's going to snow in northern Arkansas? We never get snow in southern Arkansas. Yeah, I know. It's true. That's typically the case. But we're going to put a pause on that thinking with this storm. So southern Arkansas, you're going to get wintry weather out of this. So that's also showing sleet, by the way, in far southern Arkansas. That's why I think some at least advisories in that corner of the state. Remember, Arctic air is colder. Arctic air is stronger, more deep than what the computer models can sense. But as you get closer to the event, it picks up on it. And it was showing for days and days and days, southern Arkansas getting rain, sleet, or freezing rain. I said, no, I think it's going to go snow in southern Arkansas. Well, now you're starting to see the computer models, at least, go to that. Now, it hasn't happened yet. So we'll see. But I like my forecast. So this is at 9 a.m. Monday. You see these dark blues central, southwest, southern Arkansas. Yep, that's snow Monday morning. Schools are out anyway, so I expect Tuesday that they'll be out too. I'll have to do that school con index. All right, so this is at, let's see, noon on Monday, eastern, southern, central Arkansas, noon Monday. Then it starts to leave. Okay, so a couple rounds of snow there. How much snow? And I like looking at snow depth here. This is through late Monday. All right, let me, I don't know, let me see if you can see the colors of the legend, and you can't. I don't know, I'm going to have a friend of mine tell me, Todd, I can't see that. I can't see the legend at the bottom. Well, we're going to change that. There you go. So I hope you can see that. Again, remember, this is a computer model and it's not a forecast, but I think it's doing a pretty darn good job, and it's going to be close to what happens. In this northern area here of the state, you're talking about 2 inches, 3 inches, and then it gets into 4 inches right in here. Into central Arkansas, it ramps up 4, 5 inches, and then there's going to be an area where this heavy snow band sets up is a little questionable right now, but I think it's going to be in this general location from West Memphis to Little Rock to Arkadelphia to maybe Star City, Dumas, eastward. I'm not saying all those locations are going to get the heavy snow band, but I'm saying it's going to set up somewhere in that area, and you see where this computer model run has it. Some computer models further north, some computers a little bit further towards the south, and maybe a little bit further towards the west. But that's a very narrow corridor of heavy snow may develop. How much? At least 5 or 6 inches in that corridor. This is a winter event that we have seen before in Arkansas. We get these. It's not unusual, but it's here and it's going to cause disruptions. Okay, wind chill temperatures. Today, it was cold yesterday, it's cold today, but this is nothing compared to what's heading our way. Let's look at the wind chill temperatures late today. I know there's a game in Kansas City. Wind chill temperatures this afternoon will be 20, 30 degrees below zero. But you see the leading edge of the Arctic air, and it's depicted well by the GFS when you look at the wind chill temperature. So you see the secondary surge. I want to make sure that you can see that out in Texas too, because in southern Oklahoma you have wind chill temperatures of 23 degrees, and you go to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and temperatures are in the lower 60s. So it is a sharp boundary. This is this afternoon at 3 p.m. All right, this is at 5 p.m. Single-digit wind chill temperatures, northern Arkansas. The Arctic boundary late this afternoon, getting into central Arkansas. You have a 20-degree wind chill temperature in Mena to 43 in El Dorado. This is at 8 p.m. The feels-like temperature in northern Arkansas, 7 degrees below zero. The wind chill temperature in southern Arkansas, 37 degrees. Metro, teens and low 20s. How about Sunday morning, 6 a.m.? Wind chill temperatures, northern Arkansas, 10 to 15 degrees below zero. Wind chill temperatures, central and south, mostly in the single digits and low teens. It's snowing, especially northern Arkansas. Then it shifts to central and southern Arkansas. So Monday morning, wind chill temperatures, Monday morning, single digits to below zero, northern Arkansas. Wind chill advisory continues. Most of Monday will have wind chill temperatures in the single digits and low teens, but mostly in the single digits. Now, Tuesday morning, watch this. Tuesday morning, wind chill readings below zero for most of Arkansas Tuesday morning. Anywhere from 0 to 5 degrees below zero, central and south and east. Northern Arkansas as much as 10 degrees below zero. It doesn't get much better during the day, but let's look at Wednesday morning. And this is important because the skies clear out Wednesday morning. So what it's suggesting here, Wednesday morning, that's at 5 a.m. Let me go to 6 a.m. So what this is suggesting is it's seeing where the actual air temperature can cool enough because of clearing skies, not calm winds, but the temperatures will be allowed to drop much further. Therefore, any little bit of wind will drop that wind chill temperature with snowpack even colder. So you can see where the model is seeing the snowpack, the combination of clear skies and colder temperatures, and a little bit of wind, dropping wind chill temperatures for most of Arkansas below zero, in some places up to 10 to 15 degrees below zero. So this is Wednesday morning. Let's look at the actual air temperature. It is showing temperatures below zero, actual air temperatures. This might be too extreme. It may be too cold, but I want you to see the possibilities here and where this is going. When you look at the actual air temperature here, when you look at that in this area of white, that's the coldest area. That's the computer model seeing the snow cover. That's the computer model saying, okay, there's snow on the ground here. This is where it's deepest, and that's where it's allowed to get even colder. And that is a possibility. Plus, you have winds blowing off snowpack towards the north, not moderating the air coming from Canada and the Arctic. So dangerous wind chill values, and I expect those advisories, wind chill advisories, and warnings to continue for most through the middle part of the week. The absolute longest video I have produced ever, coming up on 12 minutes. But I want you to know, I want you to be prepared. No surprises. Now, when you have a system like this coming through, and you have Arctic air coming through, there will always be curveballs. But the overriding theme, snow and cold, bitterly cold wind chills. So I know you see amounts 3 to 6 inches. Don't look at that last number and say, oh, I'm going to get 6 inches of snow. Could be as little as 3. It could be 3. It could be 6. That's just the range, okay? This is going to be a very dry, powdery snow that'll blow around. Not very good for a long while until it starts melting. Not very good for snowball making or building snowmen or anything like that. But sledding, hey, be careful, but sledding, this is the type of snow you can do that with. I'm trying to think of anything off the top of my head. Moderating temperatures probably later in the week, in the following weekend. You don't stay in a deep freeze like this and not have temperatures shoot up quickly at some point. That will happen at some point because you can't get any colder than this. I mean, you just can't for Arkansas. I guess you could, but this is going to be a memorable outbreak of Arctic air, a memorable Arctic hammer. I think that at the end of the day, when we look back on this, the snow will be a memory of this. It will be a part of this. But the bigger picture, when you look back on this event, you're going to remember it for the bitterly cold temperatures, the horrible wind chill values, and the snow too. But the cold for sure. And that's why I'm concerned with life-threatening wind chill values. And I want you to stay safe, stay warm, take care of each other. Pipes, have that discussion with your kids. Very important. Stay off frozen ponds or lakes, or even the edge of the lakes. There could be a thin layer of ice. And with temperatures as cold as they are, that ice may be thin. They can slip into it, and it's a tragedy. They slip and fall, it breaks, the ice breaks, and it's a tragedy. Let's avoid all of that, please. Have that discussion. My wife may have to tell me. It's just, you think, oh, I want to go out there and I want to play around on the ice. It looks so inviting. You see people skating on the ice up in the northern states and all that. Stay off of it here. It's thin ice and you could fall through. And I want to avoid any sort of tragedy. That's what we need to get through without anybody getting hurt. Number one priority with all this. Because we can stay home, out of school, off the roads, stay out of work, keep people safe for a little while. We'll get back to normal and all that, and everybody will be able to get around. I mean, it'll be drivable for a while. It's going to be a dry, powdery snow. But I just don't want to see people get hurt out of this, and that's our number one goal, is to make sure you are safe. 15 minutes almost. Thank you so much for your loyalty, and thank you for your trust.